Hogwarts Legacy, guys. Successful launch. Great numbers. We've been covering it despite all the cancel culture being aimed at the game. Now, good news if you're a fan of the game. Hogwarts Legacy sequel looks likely as Warner Brothers touts huge response to the Harry Potter video game. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, this game broke Twitch records, literally became the most watched single-player video game in Twitch history, beating out Cyberpunk. It became the top-selling game on Steam. It was in like the top 3 of Amazon. It had a huge record of sales. Even in its second week, it earned Twitch tons of money in revenue. So this game is not stopping, and with great success comes great possibilities. There is no DLC as of right now confirmed for this game, which led a lot of people to be like, why wouldn't they do it? You know, this day and age when DLC is almost the norm, a game comes out, you're like, where's the DLC at? Or you're shocked that there's no online multiplayer and things like that. This just came out fully, surprisingly fully intact. This day and age, games usually have add-ons that are put on, but this was a full game release, had good success despite boycotts and all this. Now comes a question where Warner Brothers and Avalanche are like, okay, what do we do? Are we going to follow this up? Are we going to add on? It's looking like a sequel will be possible one day, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, right? How long would it take to make this game a full-fledged sequel? I think a DLC would be most likely, but let's go ahead and read this article. Enough of me rambling. So this says, Hogwarts Legacy proved to be a bigger hit than anyone expected, and Warner Brothers Games president David Haddad has strongly hinted that the studio is already mulling over a sequel. So, wow. I mean, this is to be expected. When something catches lightning in a bottle, it's going to happen. So this says it remains one of the most successful movie franchises, but Warner Brothers failed to recapture that same magic with Fantastic Beasts. I personally like Fantastic Beasts, even though it did pander to, this weird gay relationship with Dumbledore. And, and that's the funny thing is J.K. Rowling basically was betrayed by the LGBTQ because of her comments that caused this whole boycott to cancel everything Harry Potter. Most notably Hogwarts Legacy, though. You only saw most of the outrage geared towards Hogwarts Legacy. What about everything else that Harry Potter makes? Lego. I didn't see anybody canceling Lego. It's kind of weird how they pick and choose, and they always choose gaming as the medium to attack. Now, they found a massive amount of success with Hogwarts Legacy. It says, while we don't have sales figures quite yet, Warner Brothers Games president sounds very happy. He said the player engagement is spectacular. So far, we have tracked over 152 million hours played. Jeez. 173 million magical plants grown, 115 million potions brewed, and 556 million dark wizards defeated. And this is because the game is connected online at all times, so I'm suppose that's how they're gonna be getting the tracks. So you can see updated stats have been since shared with the trade, revealing that it now has 267 million. So that was from an earlier interview with Variety. Now 267 plus million hours played, 393 million magical plants, and 242 million potions, 1.25 billion dark wizards. So there's a lot of people playing this. Now, later in the report, Warner Brothers views Hogwarts Legacy as a long-term franchise. Suggestion sequels are on the way, and they said, we are very pleased with the initial launch and see a bright future for our other platform launches. So, yeah, they still have the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch to come out. So, this game is just going to blow up even more. When last gen and Switch get it, this game is going to blow up even more. We're going to be seeing Hogwarts Legacy stuff for quite some time. So if you were on the train of boycotting this game, you're going to be sick seeing Hogwarts Legacy in your feed for a little bit. So yeah, continuing on. They're seeing this as a franchise that they can continue. So it's going to have its own little IP, its own little world. Now, they did speak up. Just briefly, let's add a little blurb. They talk about DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn and Peter Safran's recent comments that the DCU will soon expand into video games. Our goal is to continue to utilize our amazing library of Warner Brothers Discovery franchises as we develop our future slate of games. So it looks like they're going to be taking advantage of their properties, which is understandable. Again, Harry Potter is one of the biggest franchises in the world. We see the numbers with Hogwarts Legacy. This doesn't even have any of the original Harry Potter characters in it. This is literally 100 years before the movies. So it proves that just the Wizarding World as itself is a place of imagination that people want to be a part of, that people want to discover lore, and no amount of any kind of rage or cancel culture or boycott is going to stop anybody from enjoying the game. Now, this does end on a note that I wanted to touch on that says, despite the fact that DLC doesn't appear to be on the way right now, it appears a follow-up will happen, and we'd be interested to see what form that takes given the scale of the current map and the way this first installment explores the Wizarding World's history. So there's so much that they could touch on with Hogwarts Legacy, especially because it's 100 years before the movies. There's a whole bunch of lore that they could touch on, maybe make some backstories. I hope that they don't really connect it to anybody in the movie. Like, I saw that there were some people that are ancestors of the Wesleys and the Weasleys and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see familiar last names and stuff like that touched on. I don't want too much in way of time skips, but I would like to see the map get expanded. I would like to see Quidditch added into the game. I would like to see an online multiplayer mode of some sort, whether it's Quidditch battles or dueling in an arena type of thing. I don't know so much about maybe having like 12 people tops on the map at any given time, kind of like what GTA Online has, but have some events, things of that nature. Honestly, I think this game definitely crossed into the uncharted territory that they were not expecting. So it was developed as a single player campaign, and a lot of people ran through it already. Like, I know people, I'm still kind of like towards the end of the game, but I'm kind of taking my time doing side quests, leveling up the character. I think I'm like at level 32 or so. But I feel like a lot of people are clamoring for more content, and it's kind of difficult since this game was just a single player game. I guess they weren't expecting people to want to play more Hogwarts Legacy, but you're in an open world environment in the Wizarding World universe. The possibilities are endless. You can even add international houses. Like, there's other houses outside of Hogwarts, different schools of magic. They could come in. You can have, I don't know. I just see the possibilities endless here. I would like to see some more traveling, maybe some new maps, some destinations, some new characters, creatures added. There's so much. And again, this hasn't even crossed into last gen. So PS4 and Xbox sales haven't even begun, and Switch either. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is going to keep breaking records. There's no way that this game is not going to be a Game of the Year candidate unless, the cancel culture prevents it from happening. But yeah, definitely excited for the possibility of a sequel. What about you guys? Let me know down below.